So it seems that here on Halloween, illegal immigration is not getting a pass. And if you are breaking the law, if you are a scumbag who is in this country when you're not supposed to be, you too might get a trick instead of a treat. This is from Axios, left-wing news rag. They write, immigration enforcement will continue over Halloween in Chicago, Noem says. Oh no, that means the scumbags are not going to get a free pass to go out and participate in an American tradition. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem denied Illinois Governor J.B. the Fat Pritzker, who requested to suspend all federal immigration operations across the Chicago area over Halloween weekend. Why should we be giving a pass to criminals who are in this country illegally, breaking our laws, stealing from our citizens, living in our cities, when they're not supposed to be here? Why would we give them a pass because it happens to be a holiday? This guy needs to start eating a few more salads and less requests for people to be able to get away with breaking the law. Why it matters, Axios writes, because of course the left-wing news rag needs its readers to understand why this is so important. Pritzker, the fat governor, is requesting this. Came after Chicago residents reported last weekend that federal immigration officers conducted a raid right before a children's Halloween parade. Oh no! Good. Less criminals on the street potentially harming your children. Seems like a good thing to me. Driving the news. At a press conference Thursday at a Gary, Indiana airport, Noem said that she would not grant the governor's stupid request to pause ICE and CBP raids beginning Friday. According to a letter sent Wednesday and obtained by Axios, Pritzker asked Noem to call off immigration raids so that families could celebrate in peace. I'm sorry, if you are a criminal alien breaking into a country, you don't get a day off. You don't get to feel safe because it's a holiday. F those people who are breaking the law. And this fat piece of shit who's trying to give a day of grace to these criminals? Hell no. Kristi Noem said the obvious. We are absolutely not willing to put on pause any work that we will do to keep communities safe. I mean, this is retarded. Of course, why would you do that? Why would you allow criminals a chance to operate freely? She said the fact that Governor Pritzker, the man who needs to eat a lot of salads, is asking for that is shameful, and I think unfortunate that he doesn't recognize how important the work is that we'd do to make sure we're bringing criminals to justice and getting them off our streets. Which, of course, he does understand this. He just doesn't give a damn about anyone other than the Democrat Party getting new voters if and when they eventually get their amnesty. Now, the DHS, ICE, and the CBP did not bother to respond to Axios' stupid request for comment on Thursday morning. Now, the stupid and grossly overweight governor of Illinois says no child should be forced to inhale tear gas or other chemical agents while trick or treating in their own neighborhood. Yeah, and no child should have their life endangered because sexual predators, druggies, and rapists and other people who come across the border illegally are infesting their neighborhoods. One is not like the other. And Pritzker would go on to say, I would appreciate your cooperation and confirmation that federal agents will stand down from any actions that could endanger or harm perfectly innocent children in our communities during this Halloween weekend. Then if you cared about them at all, you would be working hand in hand with the federal government to root out these pieces of shit that are infesting your state. This is nothing more than a stupid PR move. It's not going to work, of course, but that's what they're trying to do. And he says, let them enjoy a time-honored American tradition safely and peacefully. Please let children be children for one holiday, free from intimidation and fear. But of course, the people that are creating the intimidation, so-called intimidation and fear, are those who are constantly battling the federal government, trying to allow criminals to remain in the country. Now, the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled Wednesday that Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino does not have to report to a daily to Judge Sarah Ellis courtroom with updates on operations one day after Ellis ruled that Bovino did, which, of course, should be no surprise because no pissant little retard judge can tell the federal government how to operate their law enforcement. No shit. That judge needs to be debarred or removed from the bench. Now, Ellis also referenced last weekend's reported disruptions of a Halloween celebration, saying the kids' sense of safety was shattered Saturday, and it's going to take a long time for that to come back, if ever. Well, then maybe you shouldn't have allowed so many criminal aliens to infest your state, because how many children have lost their sense of innocence because they've been damaged or killed by non-citizens?